Hello everyone, in this video tutorial, we will see how we can create a people counter using YOLO V8. As you can see in this video tutorial, as the people crosses this line, like this one is going up. So we in the green signal, we have an up counter and these persons are coming down. So you can see that here in the red, we have a down counter. So two persons go down and the counter says two persons are going down. And here we can see that the four persons are going up. So the counter is incrementing in that way. So we will be creating this people counter in this video tutorial. So don't skip any part of the video and do watch the complete video. So let's get started. So let me explain you first in the first step, the complete process flow. So let me open the slide presentation, which I have created for this. So in front of you, I have explained in the front of you, here's the complete process flow of this project, how we will implement it. So first of all, we will be implementing the YOLO V8 object detection. So using YOLO V8 object detection, we will detect the persons. Okay, so you can see that we have a bounding box around the person and we have a label the person, and here we have the unique ID. So each of the detected object will be assigned a unique ID. So you can see that here we have a 8, 32, 33, 46, and I think this is hidden, so it will have some different ID. So basically, we assign each of the object a unique ID. Like you can see here, we have 4, 5, and they are not generated in a in a straight way, like after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is generated as randomly. Like for example, this object can have a 8, and here this object is assigned a 32 ID. So it is basically the object ID is assigned randomly. Okay. So in the first step, we need to process the detections, and as a result of detections, we get the bounding box around the detected object and the label. Okay. So after getting the bounding box and the label, so we need to find the center coordinate of the detected object. Okay, so this is the center coordinate of the detected object and the bounding box. So in the first step, we detect the object, assign a label, and in the second step, we find the center coordinate of the detected object, or you can say that the center coordinate of the bounding box. So here we have the bounding box, and this is the center coordinate of the bounding box. So after finding the center coordinate, we draw the center coordinate using CV2.circle. So here I have drawn the center coordinate as well. Okay. So after finding a center coordinate, we do the object tracking. So we will be using deep sort for object tracking. So what does deep sort object tracking does is, or any other object tracking algorithm does is it assigns a unique ID to each of the detected object. So you can see that here the person is detected, and here 46, this is the unique ID. And here 8, this is the unique ID. So this unique ID is being assigned by object tracking algorithm, which can be any. So here in this project, I am using deep sort, while you can use sort or any other algorithm as well. So using object tracking, we assign a unique ID to each of the detected object. Okay. Then after assigning unique ID to each detected object, then in the next step, we draw lines. Okay. So here you can see that we have created our first line, like you can see over here. And this line is for the purpose when the person crosses this line, we get the up count. And here we have the second line. So when the person crosses this line, we have the down count. So how this all happens? Okay. When we say that when this center coordinate of each of the detected object passes this line, then then we have created a list. Then after that detected object center coordinate passes this line, the unique ID is added to the list. Okay, the object, for example, 8, here is the 8 is the unique ID. So when this person when this person crosses this line, this unique ID, like this person unique ID is added to the list. Okay, so I have created an empty list. Whenever a object person or any other object crosses this line, the unique ID of that object is added to the list. Okay, so we add the unique IDs of each of the object that crosses this line. Okay, so all these unique IDs are added to the list, and then we find the length of the list. So when we find the length of the list, we get the total count, like and 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this way, this count gets incremented. Okay, similarly for this, when the person over here crosses this line in the down count, we also add them the unique IDs into the list. For example, this person crosses this line So we add this unique ID of the person into the list, empty list which we have created, and in the end we find the length of the list. So what does it say is, so example, basically in this case, we are only focusing on the center coordinate. So when this center coordinate of the detected object, you can say that, or the bounding box, center coordinate of the bounding box crosses this line which we have created in the green. Okay, so when this red bounding box crosses this line, we add this unique ID of the object into the empty list which we have created. And so in the end of that video, when all the objects have passed through this line, we find the length of the list and we say that this is the total count of the objects which have passed through this line. So basically in a video, we process the detections frame by frame. So after each frame, we get here the increment, like the total count in the current frame of the object going up or going down. So for example, this basically this you can say that this counter is incremented after each processing after each of the frames. So as you process the current frame, this counter get the result. So if any object has crossed this line, so we can say that the down counter gets incremented. And if any object has crossed this line, we can say that the up counter will be incremented. Okay. So simple concept, whenever this center coordinate, or you can say this center coordinate over here crosses this line, then we say that we basically save the object unique ID into the list, and in the end we find the length of the list. What is the length of the list? And this process is repeated after each frame. Like uh, we uh, we calculate the total objects in the current frame that have crossed this line, and this process is repeated after doing the processing on each frame. Okay, so let's see the code. Okay, let me go towards the code. Okay, just give me a minute. So here we have the code. I think you can see the code. Okay, so for this project, I will be using deep sort object tracking. Let me open the GitHub. Let me open deep sort object tracking over here. Okay, I think I need to add the link. Just give me a minute. Let me copy the link. Mhm. So I'm just adding the link over here. Just give me a minute. Okay, so for this project, I will be using this GitHub repo over here. So this GitHub repo, YOLOv8, deep sort object tracking will be used for this project. And in order to get the Colab file, you just need to click over here, open a new tab. So you will have the Colab file in front of you. So, so you just need to open this Colab file over here. And here we have the complete script over here. So just give me a second, many sessions. So let me terminate the previous sessions and let me try to explain you all of it. So for example, here you will go to runtime and select the runtime as GPU. Okay. So in the first step, you need to select the runtime as GPU and then click on connect. Okay. Then we need to clone this GitHub repo over here. Okay, run anyway. Okay, so now we are just cloning the GitHub repo. Okay, and then we need to set this repo as our current directory. And then we need to install all the dependencies. This will install all the required libraries required to run this project successfully. So it might take few seconds. So let's see. Okay. So this is basically installing all the required libraries which is required to run this project. Okay. So if you skip this step in later stage on when you run the training, prediction or validation script, if you have not installed the dependencies, then you will face the error that following library is not installed or some Hydra library, Matplotlib library is not installed. So it's necessary that before that doing the training or prediction, install all the dependencies required to run the script. Okay, so as we are doing detection, so I will go towards the detection folder and which is over here, YOLOv8 detect. So I will just go towards this folder and just set this folder as my current path. So just setting this folder as my current path and Control V. Now, as we are implementing object tracking using deep sort, so I will be downloading the deep sort files over here. Okay, so let me open the predict.py script. I think the deep sort files are downloaded over here. If we see, we have the deep sort folder over here. So we will be using this deep sort folder to implement the object tracking. Okay, so I will open the predict.py file. So here I will make the changes basically necessary to run this project as per our requirements. So basically we don't need a trails in this case. So I will first remove all the trails from here. Okay, so just remove all the trails from here, which is over here. Okay, so first we will remove all the trails, and then we don't need this data DQID over here. Okay, so just remove this as well, remove this as well. Okay, and we need that to calculate the IDs and just remove this as well. Okay, so good. Okay, so basically we first need to create two lines over here. Okay, so first of all, let me open the my input video on which I want to run this script. And then first of all, I will see I need to create two lines. So let me first download this video, input video over here. So I have doing the implementation previously over this script. So here I have the video file path. So let me just click over here and just go to my front folder. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, so here we have our front script file. So just write, we will be not be using this demo video. We will be using this demo video for this project. So just write over here. Okay, so and just download this video. So it might take few seconds or okay. So we have the video 2 over here. So we can see that if we see video 2.mp4, so just download this video over here and let me make some changes over here. Okay, so it might take few seconds. Okay, so I'm just downloading the video. Okay, over here. Okay, so the video is downloading. Let me just go over there. Let me just give me a minute, please. Okay, so let me save a photo from this video. Okay, that's good. So let me share my screen. So guys, I have saved this photo from the video. Okay, so basically now we need to create the two lines for the up count and for the down count. So first of all, we need to find the coordinates for these lines. So first of all, I will just go over here and select the color as, and just give me a minute. Okay. So I have selected the color as red. So you can, first of all, I will create a line over here. Okay. So this is line for the up count. Okay. So when the person crosses this line, we have the unique ID saved in the list, and then we calculate the length of the unique IDs, and we can say that these number of people have crossed this line, and we have this number of total up count. Okay. So first we find the point coordinates for this line. So here we have 114, 209, and here we have 307, 173. So how do I find the coordinates? Basically, just focus on this, where my arrow is currently. Please focus like in Windows above here, basically focus over here. So these are the coordinates for this line. These are the x1, y1 coordinates, and these are the x2, y2 coordinates. Okay. Similarly, we will create a line for the down count over here as well. Okay, so these are the coordinates. Please focus over here. Okay, so these are the coordinates for the x1, y1 for the down count, and these are the coordinates for the x2, y2 for the down count. Okay, so let me get back to the script. Okay, So now I'm back to the script. Okay. So first of all, I need to define these coordinates for this line. Okay. So just remove this. We don't need this as well. Okay. So I have done already this. Let me just follow the steps over here. Okay. So for example, this for the video too, I have found these coordinates. Okay. So just copy these coordinates from here and just click over here and just control V over here. Okay. Oh no, I have not copied correctly. Okay, so just control C and just control V. Okay, so basically these are the x1, y1 coordinates, and these are the x2, y2 coordinates for the line. Okay, and these are the x1, y1 coordinates for the down line, and these are the x2, y2 coordinates for the down line. Okay, so in the next step, what we will do is in the next step, we need to create an empty list. Okay. So just copy this empty list over here, which I've already created. So whenever the unique ID or object crosses this line, which we have created, so this is a list where we store the unique ID of the object which crosses this line. Okay. So let me explain this concept from this. Okay. So I think, okay. So whenever this object crosses this line, like this person crosses this line, okay, so this person will be assigned a unique ID. Okay, so this person unique ID will be stored in this list which we have created now. So when the person crosses this line down person, so this person unique ID will be stored in a separate list. Okay, so just going back towards the code again. Okay, so we have created two lists, total account up, total count down. Okay, so when each of the persons crosses this line, when the up person crosses the up line, so we can say that we still store the unique ID into total count up list. When the person going down crosses the down line, so we will store the ID in the total countdown list. Okay, so in the next step, what we will do is, okay, so we don't need this draw dash border function, or you can have this as well. Okay, so in the next step, we need to calculate the width and height of the bounding box. Okay, so let me add this. Okay, let me update the define UI box complete function over here. Okay, so we don't need to have again. So let me just update this all function. I think after this, I don't need to change anything. So before video, I've already implemented the script. So in order to save the time, instead of doing all the implementation over here, okay, so just go over here and just replace this all with this updated script and just click on Control S. Okay, let me explain you. In this in the UI dashbox function over here, okay, here we are just finding the, you can say that x1 or and y1 coordinates. Let me tell you what c1 and c2 is. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me open the or let me open the PowerPoint slides. So x1, y1 are basically these 2 points, these top left corner points. I think this is not the way I should. Just give me a minute. Mhm. Open with. Mhm. Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, I think you can see my screen. So basically, the point over here, let me just write this. Okay, so this corner point, please focus on this corner point where I'm highlighting. Okay, so these are my x1, y1 point, or you can say that this is the C1 point, which we have represented. And this 2 point is my C2 point, which is represented by x2 and y2. Okay, so this is my C1 point, which is represented by x1, y1, like this point. Okay, this corner point, like you can say that top left corner point is my x1, y1 point. Okay, and that uh, bottom right corner point, which is over here, this is my x2 y2 coordinates. Okay, similarly for here, these are my x1 y1 coordinates. And similarly for here, this is for my x2 y2 coordinates, which is represented by c2, and c1 represent the x1 and y1 coordinates. So let's get back to the code. Okay, so here we have just defined our C1 and C2 coordinates, and here we have the Cx and Cy. Okay, so what is the Cx, Cy? Basically, let me explain this to you as well. Let me open the image. Okay, so no, I have opened the wrong image. I think you can see the image. Okay. So like Cx and Cy are the center coordinates. Okay. Cx and Cy represent the center coordinate. Okay. So Cx represent the uh, value on the x-axis and Cy represent the value on the y-axis. So please focus over here. If you please focus in the start above the start tab. Okay. Here. So here you can say that the first point 287 is the Cx and 316 is the Cy. Okay. So Cx and Cy represent the center coordinates. So let's go back to the code. So here we have found the Cx and Cy, which are represent the center coordinates of the bounding box or of the bounding box. And here using cv2.circle, we have drawn a circle. So let me show you again. I think you have understood, but if someone has missed, so I think you should know. Okay, so as you can see over here, using cv2.circle, we have created a circle over here using the center coordinates. Using the center coordinates, we have created a circle using cv2 dot circle over here. Okay. Okay, you can see this. Okay, let's go back to the code and explain you the rest of the code. And here we are creating a bounding using cv2 dot rectangle. I am creating a bounding box around the detected object. So let me explain this as well. So you can see this bounding box around the detected object. So using cv2 dot rectangle, I am creating this bounding box. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to the code again. Okay, so in the next phase, if we have the label like if we have the person detected or any other object detected, then using cv.2 dot rectangle, basically, I am just creating. Let me just go over here. Okay. So using cv2 dot rectangle, I am creating a rectangle for the label. Okay. So let me go back and explain this to you as well. So using cv2 dot rectangle below, I am creating this rectangle. Okay. So this rounded rectangle, you can see that. So basically here I have used rounded rectangle function for to create a simple rectangle. We use cv2 dot rectangle. So this will create a rectangle for the label where we put the text. So this rectangle, like this rectangle, is created using cv2 dot rectangle. Okay. So if you want to create this rectangle, you can use cv2 dot rectangle to create this rectangle. Okay, let me go back to the code and explain you the rest. Okay, so now to put text into the rectangle, I am using cv2 dot put text. So using cv2 dot put text, I will put the id of each of the object, and plus I will add the label of the object into the rectangle which we have created up above. So here you can see that using cv2.putText, I have added this ID, unique ID 46 and the label over here, which is person. Okay. Similarly, unique ID is 94 and the label over here is person. Okay. So using cv2.putText, I have added the ID and the label as well. Okay. Let me get back to the code again. Okay. So now basically we are saying that use in the Cx and Cy are basically the center coordinates. Okay. So what we are saying that if the Cx value, okay, let me explain this to you let me explain this to you using the image. Okay, let me go back to the image. So just opening the image here. Okay. So I can just remove all these things from here. Okay, so what we are saying that if this center coordinate over here, if this center coordinate crosses this line, okay, then we will have the unique ID of this object, like this is the unique ID, will be stored in the empty list which we have created above. Okay, so like this, when this coordinate crosses this line, then we'll have this unique ID stored in the empty list which we have created above. So let me get back to the code. Okay, so this is what we are saying, that if this center coordinate crosses this line, then this unique ID will be saved dot append ID. So this unique ID will be saved in the total count up list which we have created above. Like this is the total count up list which we have created above for the up count. Okay, and we can say that when this plus here we are adding minus 50 and plus 50. So let me explain this concept to you as well. Okay, so let me go over here. Okay, so you can see the image over here as well. So we can say that like this center coordinate might go above this line. Okay. For example, this center coordinate crosses above this line which we have created, like this line which we have created. So this center coordinate might crosses above this line. Okay, might pass above through this line. So here we are saying that we will accept plus 50 or minus 50. So if the you can say that if the center coordinate is above plus 50 or below 50 in the height, in the range, then we will append the ID into this total count up list. Okay. And here we are defining CV2 dot line. So when this center coordinate passes through the line, our line color changes to green. Already it is green, so it changes to green when the center coordinate crosses the line. Okay. So here we are just when the center coordinate crosses the line, we are saving those IDs, unique IDs of the object into the total count uplift. Similarly, when the so let me just open here. So similarly, when this object coming from here crosses, when this center coordinate crosses this line, okay, so then we will save this unique ID into the total countdown list. Okay, so let me go back to the code. So okay, so when the person going down center coordinate crosses the line, then we will save the unique ID into the total countdown list. Okay, and then we here using cv.circle, we are creating these two circles over here. I think here I don't have the created a circle. Let me go over here. Okay, so using cv2.circle, I have created these two circles over here, and I am just putting the total count of the persons going up and the going down. So green represent the persons going up and 2 represents the persons going down. Okay, so we are just saving the total count of the persons going up and down into, so the total count of person going up is represented by the green plate over here, green circle over here, and the total count of the person going down is represented by that red circle over here. Okay, so what we will do next is let me, so this is the total count of the persons going up we have created, and this is the total count of the persons going down, and we are just finding the length of the list. Basically we append the unique IDs in the list, and then we find the length of the list, and we can say that these number of persons are going up and these numbers of persons are going down. Okay, so this is our final script, and we just need to run this script and see what results do we get. Okay, so let me see if I have missed anything. Okay. So basically I need to define, okay, I have just missed one thing. Let me just go over here. So basically we need to define the global total count, total down variable, and we need to create a line. So using cv2.line, we will create a line. So just going back over here. Okay, I think it's not a line to save. Let me open this. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I will just, okay, so I need to change the saves, need to save the changes to drive. So just copy to drive, click on copy to drive. Okay, so let me open over here. Okay, I think I need to run the script over here. Just terminate the previous sessions now. Okay, so this is a small mistake I made. I should have saved it at the start. Okay, so just give me a minute. The session is restarting. Okay, manage sessions. Okay, terminate the previous session. And let's just run this GitHub repo again over here. So just running this cell over here, installing all the dependencies, downloading deep sort files. Okay. Please make sure that the runtime is selected as GPU, which is selected. Okay, so This might take few seconds. Okay, so here we have the predict. We need to make the changes predict.py file again. So just go to ultralitic V8, detect predict.py and just open it and let's make these changes. Okay, so just go over here and basically I have just okay, so let me copy all this. As I've already explained you the core concept, all this over here, so just paste it over here. Okay, I will provide you this predict.py file as well. Okay, so I've just missed one thing which I was not able to explain. So here we have defined the total count up and total count down as the global variable which are the empty list which we have initialized above. And using cv2.lines, we are basically okay. Let me explain this to here. Using cv2.line, I'm just defining these lines. I'm just adding these lines into my video. Okay, so just click over here and just go back and let's okay. So this all these things are fine. Okay, here it's also fine. So just run the script. So let me download the video for the script, which is over here. So just give me a minute so I can download the video to run the script, which is over here, and just go over here. So just update this and just run this now. Okay, so just missed one thing. Okay, so just go over here and here we will download the sample video from the Google Drive. So just close this now for now. So here just Control V and now we are downloading the sample video from the Google Drive on which we want to test. Okay, so video 2 and just add the path over here, video 2 and now run the prediction.py script. So if there is any error, we will fix it, or if there is no error, then it's good and the script will run and then we will validate the results. So it might take few seconds for to execute. Okay, so the predictions have started. Okay, so our basically the whole video is divided into 632 frames and it is doing the processing on each frame one by one. So this might take some time. Okay. Okay, so it's 183, 192, 205, 217, 227, 237, 245, 252, 260, 268, 272. So it will take few seconds. So let's wait and see what results do we get. Okay. So our results will be saved in runs, detect, train, and video2.mp4. So we'll just copy the path over here. And as it's complete the execution, I will display the demo video over here and we will see what results do we get from here. Okay, so this might take few seconds more. So let's wait and see what results do we get. Okay, so 599, 594, 680 less, 620, 626, 632. So let's run this now. So it might take some time, but it will complete very soon. Okay. So, okay, so our script is running and it is on the go. So video 2 is our output, video file name. Here we have, and let's see what results do we get. Okay. Just pausing the video as we have the results. I will be back. So guys, our output video is here and our script was run successfully. And here we have the output video. Let's download it and see what results do we got. Okay, so just downloading the video and let me open that video. Just shifting my screen. Just give me a minute. So here is our output video. You can see that when this person crosses this line, we have the up count, and when this person will cross this line, this we have the 2, and these two persons have crossed this line, so you can say that we have 2 over here, and here we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 2 persons have also crossed this line, so here we also have the 2 count, down count, and here we have the up count, like 4 persons have gone above. So this is all from this video tutorial. I will share the script file in the description of the video. So if you like this video, do subscribe the channel and gives it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video tutorial. Till then, bye bye.